Trusted name in air filtration. This is the True HEPA Digital Air Purifier. Now, the price today is incredible. This is $54.99. It originally was $90. So the value that you are getting right now is absolutely insane. If you are having trouble with maybe your allergies, if you're like me, you get those itchy, watery eyes, right? You have pet dander in the air, all of the things in your home that we don't always think about, right? That we're breathing in, then you need a air purifier. And that's what this is gonna do. It's gonna pull out all of that from the air so that you can have that clean air circulating in your home. Now, I'm not gonna pretend to know all the science behind this. Tracy Rosa is here. She's gonna be able to tell us all of the things. Hey girl, how are you?
Hi.
It's good to see you.
It's good to be seen, my friend.
Oh my God, you know, both of us are little, right? And so you can't see us behind here.
Speaking of seeing,
Yeah.
seeing is believing, and that's why we have this smoke chamber. I went ahead and I turned it on, and within seconds, you're gonna see that it's gonna pull this air in and go through the layers of filtration. This is one of those that is great for any room in the house. Great for small rooms too, like your bathrooms. If you have a smaller kitchen, bedrooms, kids' rooms, you know, this is a nice footprint. And like I said, within seconds, it's going through the layers of filtration, cleaning the smoke out of the air. So, Ming, why do we use smoke to clean out of the air?
Yeah.
Because it's the hardest thing. It has the smallest micron that we can measure. You know how sometimes you'll smell smoke before you see smoke? So this, if we can get a big, chamber like this cleaned and purified, it can get your job done too. So these are the things that a true HEPA filter is going to be able to pull out of your air. We've got pollen, household dust, pet dander, smoke particles. This is gonna be, like I said, the gold star, that true HEPA filter. You're getting 2 other layers of filtration with this unit too, but look at how it just pulls in all that dirty air from all the way around the unit. 360 degrees worth of air intake going through that first line of defense, which is Eco Silver technology. That's gonna inhibit the growth of microorganisms. And it has that coconut carbon filter too, which will get rid of odors. Then you've got the true HEPA. Dust, dander, odor, pollen, all those things, like you said, that make our eyes water and our nose run. And then we have the granular coconut carbon. Listen.
Oh, I hear it.
Yeah, that's actually gonna pull some moisture out of the air as well. So we're really doing a lot with this smaller unit.
So I do wanna let you know we have colors that you can choose from the unit. So if you're wanting to kind of match, the decor in your home, you can do that. So first we do have it in the black. We have it in this gorgeous aqua. We have it in the silver. We're calling it silver. It's kind of gray, I would say, but it's called silver if you're looking online. Then we have this really pretty Merlot, and then we have it in the white. So you can pick and choose kind of what, how you want to match your decor in your home. But think about it like Tracy said, right? Do you have a room that you want to put this in? Maybe you have a student who's in a dorm.
Yep.
They want to be able to take it with them too. But it's something you absolutely need because, I mean, we're in our houses every day and the house air is dirtier than the air outside, right?
Yeah, no, it's 50% dirtier inside of our home than it is outside. That's not my math. That's not girl math. That's the EPA's math, And so one of the things I like about this is it can be portable. So I kind of had a rookie mistake. I was working a lot over the weekend and I had to stay in a hotel.
Yeah.
And usually I bring my air purifier with me.
Oh, smart.
I didn't do that this time. And you can see, I've got a sniffly nose. I've got, not sick, but we have a lot of pollen right now. And it would have been smart for me to have brought this because you have to control the controllables. That's what I always say. And with an air purifier, you can control the air quality inside of your home, okay? So that is such a great feeling. Because if we do not have an air purifier, the only other thing that will clean the stuff out of the air are our lungs.
Ooh,
that's our body's filtration system, okay? So you don't want your lungs doing all the heavy lifting. You want the air purifier. Very easy to use, all right? We got the on and off switch right here, okay? And then you've got the timer, you've got the accent light, the speed, and then over here you have the filter indicator light, and that lets you know when it's time to address the filter.
Oh, okay. So, and I think we do have an item number that we can throw up for you if you want some additional filters so that you're never without. We're going to put that up there for you as well. But when it comes to that filter, you know, that you're talking about here, Tracy, how often would you say, I mean, or does it depend on how much we're using it? Like if I'm using it on high, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's going to be different than someone has it on low.
Exactly.
Okay.
And different places that you live, you know? I mean, we were saying that New Jersey is under a
that warning,
air advisory alert, you know, because they're dealing with forest fires. They've never had to really deal with that. So, you know, it's something they're not used to. This is something that you need to have in your home if you've got all that smoke outside of your home. And we were saying it is a fact that inside of our house is dirtier, that the air inside of our house is dirtier than the air outside because there's nowhere for the dirty air to go once it gets into the house. You know, at least outside you've got some air movement and stuff, but not inside. It settles. It settles into our sofas. It settles into, you know, our carpets and our favorite chair or our bedding, our mattress. So what kind of room would this be great for? I said a little bit of smaller rooms, you know, maybe your bathroom, the kitchen. This is great because it doesn't stand too tall. It's gonna actually clean and scrub the air multiple times an hour in the different rooms that you have in your home. And do that. Do a mental inventory of the different rooms. Like in a great room, a 20 by 20, it's gonna clean it 1.13 times an hour. In a bathroom, about 4.5 times an hour. A bedroom, about 3 times an hour. So while you're sleeping, it's cleaning and scrubbing the air so that hopefully you can get some relief. I mean, we can't make medical claims.
Right,
you know, we can't make any medical claims, but we do have common sense, all right? If legally we can say that this is gonna grab dust, dirt, dander, pollen, 99.97% of that stuff out of the air. If we can say that, doesn't it just make sense if I'm pulling all of that stuff out of the air, we're gonna feel better and live in a healthier environment?
I mean, I think about, you know, so my daughter, her friend just had a baby, right? And they brought a baby home. Right? You know, do you have kids? Do you have grandkids, right? What do they have in their room? What do you have in your room? Are you waking up with those itchy, watery eyes? Maybe a little bit of that cough because of those allergens that you have. Do you have animals in your home? I'll say too, sometimes we don't know the smells in our house and someone else comes over and they're like, they can smell your pets, right? This is why you need that air filtration in your home. And it's super easy. You put it in, you turn it on, and you let it go to work. And it does all that work for you. And today, just as a reminder, this is like 30% off. This is $54.99 for a Hunter, which is tried and true when it comes to air filtration. On that flex pay, you are getting it home for, I think it's gonna be, I'm gonna wait for the flex pay to come up because I can't do math. It'll come up. Oh, $11. Oh, it's on 5 flex today. I thought it was on 3. So it is on. It's only $11 to get home. Tracy, you'll hear Tracy and I talk about this, and Tracy will say, take the test. If you don't think you need one, get it home. You have 30 days to try it out, and then take a look at that air filter, right, Tracy? Like, take the test.
Well, yeah, you'll notice it smells cleaner, crisper.
Yes.
That's the first thing you're gonna notice. Then take the filter out and look at it, and it's probably gonna be like a little off-white. That's good. That means that it's doing the job so that your lungs don't have to. Remember, smoke chamber here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on because it is gonna go ahead and clean and scrub the air. We use smoke because you can see it. We use smoke because it's really, really hard to clean out of the air. So if we can get this job done with this air purifier, it's gonna work great in your house. So it's pulling in all of the dirty air from all the way around the unit, down at the base there, going through that pre-filter, then the true HEPA filter, then going through that coconut carbon part of it as well. And then as you start to see, seeing is believing, it's cleaning that air. So it's just, I think it's only about 7 inches all the way around. It's a little more than a foot, so it's not too big, it's not too bulky. Here you go, this is how it works. Pulling in that dirty air. I love this graphic. Going through that first line of defense, second line of defense, going through the coconut carbon, and then cleaning all that clean air comes out of the top. Now, that Eco Silver pre-filter also inhibits the growth of microorganisms. So things that have like a tendency to grow, live things like mold spores and different viruses and stuff, they can't grow on that pre-filter. It also helps protect the true HEPA filter right there. And then that You hear the...
Yes.
You hear that? That's pulling a little bit of moisture out of the air, and it's getting rid of some of those odors and VOCs as well. So it may look small, but it packs a big punch, right? I like the accent light. I like this one because, you know, gone are the days that you need a big, huge, bulky air purifier.
Right.
You know, this is cute. It's going to be great for the bathroom. You know, that's where we use those VOCs. That's where we use, you know.
Yeah, or hairspray and all the makeup dust
odors,
and all the stuff in the air.
yeah.
Yes.
So
oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. But you're right. Like if you know somebody who's moving into a new apartment, or somebody who just had a baby, or even somebody who got married, and they need a housewarming gift or a wedding gift, this is great because it's something they need, but
it's practical.
It's practical, and everybody needs one.
They
you know?
definitely do.
Graduation's around the corner, so college.
Black and silver are most popular right now. And one thing you mentioned, Tracy, that I'm so glad that you did with the light, you are getting this little bit of light on here. You can turn that light off. But you know, in my son's room, Landon, my 10-year-old, he uses a night light too. So it's functional, right? Because he has really bad allergies. So he has his own in his room. We have one in our room. But he has it and he uses the nightlight too. So dual purpose, right? So think about that. And you don't have to have one in every single room. If you can, great. If not, like Tracy said, this is portable. You just pick it up and go. This is, oh, sorry guys. Oh, no, you're right there. I'm picking it up. But this is lightweight. This is something that you can take around the house with you. If you're gonna be in the living room, you know, take it with you there. But this is sleek. It's cute. It's not something that's going to be an eyesore in the home, and it's going to protect you, right? It's going to filter, you know, help all of the things in the air from, like Tracy said, that pollen, that pet dander, the hair, the smells. Think about your kitchen. Does your kitchen smell sometimes? It's getting all of that in the air and cleaning it over and over so that your air is cleaner. It is how much more, Tracy, cleaner or dirtier in the house?
50% dirtier in the air inside of our home than outside.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. So you really need to have one. And again, great gifts. I very rarely ask people to pick up more than just one because, you know, I don't want to tell people what to do.
Right.
But I think that if you can get a couple of these and put them in at least the bedrooms, then you don't have to decide who gets clean air when you get it home. Like I've got 2 daughters. I can't be like, okay, you know, Bella's gonna get clean air tonight, and then maybe Haley can get clean air tomorrow, and then maybe my husband and I can have clean air the next day. If you can get a couple, place them in the bedrooms first. I recommend that. And then, like I said, great for your kitchen, great for your dining room. It sits so nice.